This video is more about just giving you insights to what I'm working on, who I am, but more specifically on how to actually better your journey, your life. And for this video, it's really if you are in your 20s or 30s and not sure exactly what to do in life, where you're going, what your path really needs or dictates for your future. I think this message is more for you than anything. And I say that as a 27-year-old. It's one of the hardest things to do oftentimes. Where am I going? To juggle everything that's happening, all while also be on top of things and trying to also take care of yourself at the same time. And it can definitely be daunting. It can definitely become a lot. But if there's anything that I've currently learned with having all these things to do and wanting to do more, or even just wanting to do them efficiently, is that it comes down to systems. It comes down to not systematizing things so that you win. It's systematizing things so that you don't lose. And there's different ways that you can actually go about it. One way that I'm actually going to be testing out is called themed days. And I mean, if you're not familiar, which I wasn't necessarily familiar, I've thought of the concept before, but it wasn't until I saw someone on social media just kind of voice it or show it that it like clicked. I'm like, okay, like, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Which that in and of itself is a whole different topic and phenomenal aspect, which I also just saw a video about it. It's titled like Micro Cult Messaging by Tommy Young, I believe. Highly recommend you check that out if you're looking to do great things, or if you're looking to really be specific. But theme days is if you're working on multiple things, multiple projects, the best way to manage it is to set and allocate enough time to it rather than some time to it. And so what that would look like is, instead of, let's say, 3 to 5 things, trying to cram that into every single day where you only give maybe like 2 hours, 3 hours to each thing, which doesn't take into account having a job and such. Dedicate 1 to 2 days where you're just specifically focusing on that thing. And then throughout the other days, you can maybe do like small things. So for example, if you're trying to build something that requires you to do outreach, dedicate 2 days specifically to calls, design, whatever work goes into it, content for it even. And then the other days, you just maybe like 30 minutes to an hour at most. You're just answering messages if needed, as needed, but really doing your best to allocate work time within whatever theme day that you put. And so that's something that I'm going to be really focusing on, because full transparency, I'm working on a coaching platform, which I want you to be a part of it, even if you can't necessarily commit to the challenge aspect, because there is a paywall, which is like a cohort for every quarter. And this is really just to make sure that we can hyper focus more on goal setting and achieving over a period of time within each quarter, unless you want to commit to a year. There's that aspect. But I also have a community, which I think I'm going to change to just like a club, which is called the 77 Club now. And that one's really, really cool, and it's a matter of just being an entry point for anybody who's on the brink of whoever's on the brink of really transforming their life, but is unsure on how exactly to do it. And within this club specifically, gonna keep on calling it community. Within this community specifically, the 77 Club, you're gonna have access to a wide range of people who are actively looking to build something or develop themselves specifically, as well as a library of insights and information and tidbits to help guide you into the next step or into where you might be lacking, which typically we focus on the 5 pillars, which is physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, intellectual. And so if you're lacking in one of those areas, if you don't know how to assess it, or you just need new ideas or just a way to really perceive it or go about it, this is where you're going to find that information. And on top of that, you can ask your questions there. You can get support from the community, the club members. I'll even be active in there and doing my best to provide as much value as possible to help you on your journey. But the 77 Club is where I'll be allocating a lot more of the time, resources, because these are people that are actually committed to changing their lives, to progressing their circumstances, and really taking a chance on themselves. So if you're looking for the accelerated path, 77 communities for you. If you're looking just to dip your toes, see what it is that we have, then the 77 Club is your best bet. And I want to see you in one or the other. I personally don't care which one, because at the end of the day, it's more about you It's your choice, your path. I just want to help be a part of it and help move you forward, help move the needle if you've been stuck for a while. But that's one aspect I'm working on, focusing on. Obviously I have work, which is coaching in and of itself. So thankfully I have something that keeps me up to speed and keeps me working. Working on a digital agency, and that one specifically to helping business owners go back to their family, specifically fathers who are busy owners rather than business owners. They're owned by the business because they have to show up all the time. They have to work, dedicate too much time, which is taken away from their family. And it goes back to just prioritizing principles, values, which a lot of business owners are willing to sacrifice because they're told that in order to build something great, they need to sacrifice, which there's truth to some extent, but there are certain things that you can't sacrifice. And family is one of those things. If you genuinely want to be with them and care for them, you'll make a way. And if not, then either you're going to live with this duality that's going to keep clashing, or you're going to just lose one thing that you really want in your life and even need. And I don't want to say a byproduct of that, because I think I'm kind of an exception. I didn't let that circumstance in my past form me into what I probably should have become, but instead I've used it to transform or be transformed into the person I am today. So yeah, it's to help families, help fathers specifically go from busy owners to business owners, and it's also to help relieve those children from experiencing or going through becoming what it is that I would have become, because not everybody has the capacity to really utilize and transform rather than be morphed. There's that aspect. Then there's a bit of Airbnb arbitrage / real estate. That's more of the longevity aspect, and I'm in a program right now that helps accelerate that. At some point, apparel, which actually this hat is from something I put together a long time ago, and if you go back far enough in the videos, you'll be able to see when I was in the tricking sport and doing pop-up shops, which was so much fun. So I do plan on getting back into that. It's just a matter of timing and resources and such. So right now I already have a good amount on my plate, and that's not to mention having to pay debts off, I'm part of a new program that is 5 figures, which is supposed to help me just kind of fast track, move things along in certain ways. So yeah, there's definitely a lot. And so I'm trusting you guys with this information. Take it as you will. You don't have to care, but nonetheless, this video is more about just giving you insights to what I'm working on, who I am, but more specifically on how to actually better your journey, your life. And for this video, it's really systematizing things. And one way to systematize is have theme days if you're working on multiple projects, or even if you're just looking to focus on you, create theme days. Create it around the 5 pillars. If you don't know exactly how to do that, again, join the 77 Club. That's where you get some insight as to how you can go about it, what I would recommend, and we can just chat there. So I think that's the update for today. I'm going to head back, start taking care of myself, which is part of the system, the process. Remember to be better, do better, live better, keep striving for better, keep doing great things. I look forward to seeing you in the club or in the challenge, depending on which one you join. I do have an app. You'll access it through 1 or 2 communities, and I put it together so that you can keep track of your progress, and that we can keep doing great things, but start doing greater things. I really want to see you win. I personally want to win, but I want to see you win, or at least help you take that step forward. So yeah, remember to be better, do better, live better, keep striving for better, keep doing great things. I believe in you, even if you don't believe in you, and I'm rooting for you, even if you don't have anybody on your side. So let's do great things. Let's chat. Join the 77 Club, join the community, subscribe. Let's do great things.